room, and all of this hoopla, and I'm having World War III inside of me, like full on. My blood's boiling, my blood pressure's going up. I can feel my body getting like all hot. I can get the hair on the back of my neck is like sticking straight out, and I'm just like, I don't think anyone noticed, but because everyone was focused on the people crossing the stage, but I was freaking out, and just, I really had a defining moment in my life. And I believe that we have to let ourselves feel the emotion, feel the regret, feel the pain. We have to let ourselves go there. You know, we protect ourselves so much. Don't, stop that. Stop that. Live life, for crying out loud. Life is about emotion. Life is about feeling. Life is about letting yourself really get real with who you are and why you're here and what you're supposed to do. Like for me, I believe that we're all here for tremendous greatness. Like and I always believed from a little child that I was here to do something big. Like my life is supposed to have great meaning. I believed that, but I never knew, I didn't even know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I never wanted to, I was just kind of like going, with the flow, like, and here I was in this room where they're launching a technology that I knew was going to change the world. I knew it. And I knew that the company had never disappointed me, not once. They'd never lied to me. They never told me something that they didn't follow through. They never hurt me. They never disappointed me. They never did any of those things. And I sat there and I'm like, why? Why them? Why not me? And I dug deep. I dug deep into my soul, I really dug deep, and I just realized, I got to this truth inside of me that I couldn't dispute anymore. Like when you just keep, when you realize there's like excuses and justification and BS, you're just like, no, that's crap, It's because Karen Johnson's 6 feet tall. I mean, it's because Lon Wardrop has eyes that are like laser, like alien eyes. It's because, it's like, okay, BS, crap, garbage, The truth was at my core that if God gave me that desire, that somehow, some way I could do it. And that those people were no different than me. And that none of us are any different. Do you know there's not one person on the planet that's better than you? Or less than you? Not one person. We're all different. We all have different things, right? We all have different talents and different gifts. I kept looking at Nathan Ricks and like, I can't be Nathan Ricks. I can't be Jeff Mack. I can't be Karen Johnson. What if I can just be me? Yes. What if I can just be me? Maybe that's good enough, right? So that day, I made a decision. I really saw two paths, two paths. And the one path was a path of retreat, excuses, regret. And I really, what helped me on that day is, my kids were older. It helped me to realize, and I let myself feel. It helped me to, I let myself realize that my life wasn't going to be forever. And that I had to get on with it, And I decided on that day to take the path that I was going to change. And I literally drew the line in the sand on that day. In my mind, I'm like, this is it. Done. Done with the past. Done with excuses. I'm done with all that stuff. And I'm gonna be 100% coachable, 100%. If they tell me to go to Utah every month, I'm gonna go. I don't know how I'm gonna get the money, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna invest, I'm gonna borrow, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do, but I'm gonna do it. And I came home from that conference, I told my husband, oh my God! I said, I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm quitting my jobs. I had 2 consulting jobs. I was making like $12,000 a month. I'm like, I'm resigning. He's like ready to have a heart attack. I can see his sweat like building up, and he's like, ah! I said no. And my daughter, my whole family was against me. They're like, no, Mom, think about this. You haven't done it yet. What's going to be different? And I said, you know what? It's going to be different. It's different. I'm going to really do it. And he, of course, he had heard that before, but he was not happy. He was not happy, and but I knew myself, and I'm not suggesting that you follow my path in any way, but I knew myself, and I knew if I had a trap door, I was going to take it. I knew myself. I had to force myself. I had to back my back up against the wall, and I had to force myself to change. And I knew myself. I knew I would take the escape route if I could. And I said, I'm not going to let myself do this. I'm not. I'm going to change. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And he was like, I believe you. Because he knows that I'm going to get my way anyway. Such a good man. He's such a good man. He lets me be me. Thank God. Thank God. I went into massive action, doing everything I didn't want to do. Doing everything I didn't want to do. Look at what is it that you don't want to do right now? And this is my family today. Everyone's all grown up. And the key for me, and here's the gift, and I really want to share this with you because I didn't get this for the longest time. So when I got into the business, why did I get in? I got in because I wanted to have it all. I wanted to have the happy family, the happy husband. I wanted to have the big business. I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to have it all. And I refused to let people tell me that I couldn't have it all. But I still didn't know how that was going to happen. And then what the most amazing thing happened is when I went for my dreams, and I went ahead and after I made that decision, here's what I want you to understand. This is really, really important for you to understand. Even though I struggled for all of those years, the moment I made that decision, the moment I did, everything changed. The moment I let go of the struggle and I let go of the resistance and I decided to flow with and go and see with joy. Oh, you want me to do that? You want me to go there? You want me to speak and talk about how I was a lapis for 12 years? Okay. The moment I let go and went with is when the magic began. And I went from lapis to blue diamond within 3 years, Team Elite. It happened like that. Compared to the first 12 years, is like, what happened? Like, how did that happen? I'm telling you how it happened. It came down to a decision. But here's the beauty. So my daughter's away at college while this is happening, and she's from afar. You know, when you see people from afar and you just kind of observe what's going on, she's like, what the heck's going on with Mom? Like, Mom's different. And Mom's doing all this stuff, and what the heck? And Mom's planning like trips to, now we're going, taking let's go on a family vacation to Paris. Let's do that. Let's go to, she's like, because their whole life, was, it was everything was very controlled on the money, you gotta keep the budget. So all of a sudden this change. Well, she's trying to figure out what she wants to do in college. She realizes, the light bulb goes off. It's like, I think I want to do what, I think I want to have what she's having. That, what's that movie? I want what she's having. So that's what, so here was the gift for me. Is that I realized that by me going after my goals and my dreams, I became the best mom in a sense that I showed my kids what was possible for them. And I didn't realize it at the time. I just knew I had to do it. I just knew I had to do it for me. But what ended up happening is that by following my own dreams and going for it and pushing myself to the limit, I realized that it's really about them. And it's about the next generation, and my passion and my joy and the greatest gift for me has been to see my kids become. And my daughter is way better in a lot of things. We all have different talents, but oh my God, you guys would just love her. She's full of love and joy and happiness and connectivity, and she just loves people. And she's on her journey. She's on her journey. She didn't go from, she's trying to qualify for Jackson Hole, And I'm letting her stumble, I'm letting her fall, and I'm letting her scrape her knees. And I'm letting her learn. Because you know what? We all have to go through it. You got to go through the fire. You got to. You don't want to save people. You don't want to protect them from what they need to learn, right? It's like the butterfly. The caterpillar forms a cocoon, and you might, you see the butterfly try to get out. Do you know if you helped the butterfly get out and cut the cocoon back, that the butterfly would die? Mm-hmm. Because it actually needs to go through that experience of getting out of the cocoon to actually have the strength in the wings to fly. And that's really what happens with our business. So we're going to talk about this later, and I'm going to have you share later on the experience of that, because that was really huge. But my husband's an incredible photographer, and he took some of the most amazing, but these people are the most beautiful people you've ever seen in your whole life. Their eyes are just, we had so much fun in Malawi. I want to go, but we're going back.
Okay.
We're going back. So I just want to end. I don't know how I'm doing on time.
Don't worry.
You got time.
It's forever yours.
No. I was sitting in church one day. So funny how I'm sitting in church, and I always hear about new skin in church. I don't know how it is, but it's so strange. But anyway, sitting there, and the priest is telling the story, and he said, there was this wise man, and he had the most beautiful diamond. And there was a guy that was, down on his luck. He lost his job. He had no money. He was really down in the dumps. And he's walking along, and he sees this wise man, and he sees the diamond, and he says, "Whoa! That is the most gorgeous diamond I've ever seen. That is so beautiful." And the wise man said, "Really, you like it?" And he said, "Yes, it's so beautiful." And he says, "It's yours." Can you imagine? This guy was so excited. He grabbed the diamond. He's like, ran for the hills and was up in the mountains just admiring this diamond, just how beautiful and how fortunate he was. This guy just gave him this diamond, is so excited. Well, he's up by himself at the top of this mountain just looking at this diamond for 3 days by himself, just looking at the diamond, just in awe of how fortunate he is. Hey, after the 3rd day, he comes back with the diamond and comes back to the wise man, and he hands the wise man back the diamond. And the wise man said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm giving you back the diamond." And he said, "Why are you doing that?" And he said, "Because I want something much more valuable from you than the diamond." And he said, "And what would that be?" He said, "I want from you whatever it is in you that allowed you to give me that diamond." And here I am sitting in church. This is about new skin. I always do that in church every Sunday. This is about new skin. Because you may not realize it now. I don't know where you're at in your business. It took me a really, really long time to figure this one out. But the gift in this business is truly the ability to help others discover who they are and to help others become who they are. And I love it because when I see people, I just see their greatness. I see their potential. I can't walk around with it. I just see the light inside of them. I see the greatness. I see the potential. I see the hopes, the dreams, and the possibilities. And I believe. And that's my favorite part of the job. I love it. I love it. I love to see your light. I love to see that. And I know that you can have what you want. I know because I've lived it. I know it's possible. And I think you can tell I'm just a regular person. There's no superpowers. There's no magic fairy dust or anything like that. I'm just somebody that made a decision that I was going to do finally, whatever it took to become whoever I needed to become, and I'm still becoming. And I love that about this because I feel like the moment I stop becoming is the day that they, take me out. And, people ask me, why are you still working? Why are you still working? I don't really think of this as work. I mean, this is like, are you serious? This is fun. What is more fun than seeing people light up with the possibility of what they can become in their life? What is more fun than that? And to help people along on the journey and to so Lynn wanted me to end with my statement. So
for some of the newer people, just explain what this is.
Okay, and we're going to go through this later in the afternoon, but one of the true gifts is that shortly after I made my decision, and this is a whole other story I won't get into, maybe another time, but Alan the gal came into my business, and that was just an unbelievable. If I look back at what happened, like I followed my intuition like every step of the way. I just followed my intuition, and it was literally meant to be, as everything is. But it's just really interesting to look back and see how things happen. But anyway, so Alan has done a great deal of personal development, which I've gone on to take a lot of classes. I've worked a lot on myself. I'm still working a lot. And he brought to us a concept that came out of a book called Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich was written by Napoleon Hill. Is everybody familiar with that book?
Yes.
Okay. Napoleon Hill had studied the most successful people in the world at that time, which was in the 1920s, I think, or 1930s, and came upon what it was why they were successful. And one of the things was that they had become obsessed with their vision, with their, what do they want? What is their vision? And so there's an exercise in that book that we're going to teach you later this afternoon, but it's called your definite main purpose statement. And basically it's a vision of your life, right? But it's only 1 year out. So you want to have a bigger vision than that, obviously, but we teach you to have a statement that's 1 year out. And you want your statement to be, how much do you want to be making at that time? And what are you doing as a result of earning that? Because there's never something for nothing. Never. Even though there's a lot of people that want us to believe that, there's never something for nothing. You have to earn that money. Okay? And then what is it that you're doing? What is it that you have? What is it that you want? Okay, so I will tell. So then you do your statement in the morning and in the evening. So when you wake up in the morning, and my daughter and I, when we're driving to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, we're screaming our statement. So Gwen wanted me to scream my statement, so.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. It is December 25th, 2014, and I am so happy and grateful. I am now earning over $300,000 a month in my Nu Skin Enterprises business. In return for this, I'm serving as a 4-star platinum Team Elite leader and a mentor to others who want to be Team Elite. I speak to thousands and inspire them to go for their dreams. I help people overcome their obstacles to fulfill their destiny. And as I do this, I am fulfilling my destiny. I wake up each morning in complete joy, knowing that I'm attracting powerful, capable, loving, strong leaders with big goals and big dreams who are ready to act now, just like me. My body is so healthy and fit, and I look hot! And we are spending Christmas in our new vacation home in Park City, Utah. Thank you, God, for it is done.